Hi, thank you for pressing play today. It's Jez from Nigezza.co.uk, and today I've got some of my handmade craft room storage for you. You may remember my adhesive stand that I made using the, I can't remember what it's called now, the Arts and Crafty paper, which it's just gone boom out of my head. I wanted something. This sits next to me whilst I'm filming, so that all the glue that I want is around. I still managed to lose it. If you ever watch me, you know I'm particularly always losing my dimensionals. But I wanted something for my pens, my pokey tool, my aqua painter, my pencil, my bone folder, and my adhesive rubber, which I am always losing. So I came up with this. It's a little box thing. Sam from Pootles, she made sort of similar thing, and I thought, oh yeah, I could do with something like that. But I just wanted something for just a few products that just sit like that, side by side, just out of sight over there, so that when I'm crafting, I can just grab what I need. So I've got my 6-inch ruler, my aqua painter, a paintbrush for when I'm embossing, pencil, my bone folder, I've got a pen and my pokey tool and my snips in there, and then this little thing that sometimes I put in there, but I sometimes have a pot of glue in there. So I've made that at the front there, just a little tiny little hole there, gap there to put this in, and that sort of works perfect for me. So those two sit nicely side by side. So whilst I'm filming, they're all there. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I made it. So the pen holders have 3 sections. So the biggest section is 8.5 inches by 7. The middle section is 6 inches by 8.5, and then the tray that they all sit in is 7 inches by 4 1/8. Okay, so let's get the big one scored. So scoring on the long side, we will score at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8, and then we will just turn it quarter turn and score at 2. The next one, we are again on the long side, scoring at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8, and we will flip and score again at 2. For the smaller section, we are scoring at 1 inch on all 4 sides, and these measurements will be in metric and imperial on my website, www.nigezza.co.uk. Okay, and it is at this point that I would glue the mats on, just because it's easier. So I've cut mats in Pacific Point, and for this larger section, each of the mats are 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. For this section, they're all 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and for the tray at the bottom, you've got 2 there, which are 3/4 by 4 3/4, and 2 that are 1 7/8 by 3/4. So I'm now going to get the DSP mats. And here we have the DSP mats, and so we've got 4 here that are 4.5 by 1.5. These are 3.5 by 1.5. These 2 are 4.5 by 1/2, and these 2 on the end are 1 5/8 by 1/2. So now I'm just going to glue them all together. So I'm going to do just one was to show you, and then I'll speed it up. So this is just to make it a little bit easier. Actually, before I do that, I will burnish the edges, because that will be better done at this stage. So I'll just get them all burnished. So I've been meaning to make this ever since I made the glue pot, or my teaser folder, and I haven't got round to it, but I am trying to be tidier. And so as I've got like 2 lots of most of my tools that I use, I thought it makes sense to have one of these made up next to my filming space, and then I've got a separate one on my main desk. So this way I might not lose things quite so readily. That's the hope anyway. So I'm just going to put a bit of Tombow and stick it on here. And then put some on that. And decide which way up, because the pens and that are all random on it. Don't really matter. I did like the idea of a pen pot decorated in pens. Obviously it's going to have more than just pens in it, but it did appeal to me. And I also want to make a notebook with this DSP as well. So I'm going to carry on and do that, but speed it up. So these are all done now, ready to assemble. So we'll start with this one. And as ever, when you're putting together a box like this, you need to first of all cut out that little rectangle there, and then we're going to cut up each of these score lines. So I always like to butt against the score line, and then we're going to notch in to get rid of that, and then we'll notch in on that end so that that makes doing that a bit easier. And then we're going to cut up this score line here, and this one, and this one, and then I'm going to work out which is the back and which is the front. So that's the back, so I want that one to go forward so we can notch all these others. I will just trim that a little bit better if that one's going to be the one, because we've still got a little bit of the score line on there. So we will notch in all of the rest of these just to make it easier when folding over. And I'm going to keep all the layers so we've got a nice strong base. I do hope you can't hear the banging. They're obviously doing a little bit of DIY next door. You can hear them banging, hammering. Right, so put some glue along there. I haven't got my fast fuse on my desk, so I'm just going to use Tombow. You need a strong glue for making boxes. So Tombow, fast glue, fast fuse even, red liner tape, brown liner tape, tear and tape, but not snail. So that's the back, that's the one that's going to be on the front. So we're going to fold these down. So I'm going to put a bit on there, fold that one over, a bit on there, fold that one over, and then put my glue all the way around that one to fold that one over, and then you've got a nice strong bottom to your box. So that's the first of the boxes, and I didn't want them too big because it is just for sitting next to me whilst I'm filming. And this one is going to be made in exactly the same way, so I'm going to show you how to do this one rather than show you how to do that one. So this is going to fold up, so we're just going to cut up a straight line and then notch in each of these corners. I like to rotate when I'm doing this sort of thing. Oh, not notched that very well, because then you just get one flap on each side. And as I want the other boxes to sit in this, I don't want to have more bulk on one side than the other. And then we just put some glue on those tabs. And fold them up. And so I've made this so that there is a gap to put my elusive adhesive rubber, because I'm always losing that. So I thought, although there is a space for it in my adhesive stand, if I've got a glue pot in there, there isn't a space for it. But I thought that one has a dual purpose. This one is literally just going to be for the adhesive rubber, so it has its own special home, which I thought was probably a better option. So I'm just going to press down these tabs, and because it's got sort of layered up there with cardstock, it's quite sturdy. So moment of truth, yep, that fits in there nice and snug. So I'm going to make the other one, but I shall speed that up because you've already seen me make the other one in exactly the same way. So there we are, so that's that one finished. So let's bring in the tray there, and that fits on there nicely, quite pleasing to the eye. And what I did to get my measurements was I got the things that I tend to have regularly close by that I use. I also have some snips, and so I wanted to make sure they would fit there. So that is the little spot there for me rubber, and then I've got my ruler, my aqua painter, pencil, and then I can put some smaller things in the front bit there. Maybe won't put my pokey tool with the pokey up the top. Could put my snips in there as well, and then that sits just out of sight down there, ready for me to just pick these things up when I'm crafting. And I really like the fact that I've got that little space there to put that. I've got a bulldog little clip there that's handy for holding things in place that I could put on there. You could put a bit of washi in there. It's another thing that I lose. Could make it a little bit bigger if you wanted a few more things in there. So that will now sit beautifully next to my adhesive. Did think about adding some of these buttons to make it pretty, but quite like it the way it is. So hope you like that, hope you give it a go. I love homemade storage, and I particularly like it when I can use it with some of my favourite Stampin' Up papers as well. It just makes me smile whilst I'm creating. Okay, so all the details will be on my blog. There should be a thing poking up there to click on it, like and subscribe, and go and explore, and everything will be on my blog, nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.